So we're on to our next muzzle game, and this is muzzle game number 4. So now we're actually going to have the muzzle on our dogs, and it's a game that we can go into once they've had some muzzle training. So if you're doing muzzle training as well, we have separate videos for that. I'll make sure there's a link to that within this mini course. This is the training games that are separate to the actual muzzle training itself, as an add-on. So once you've done a load of training games and you're now ready to do the muzzle training, and that's where you're at, and you have actually got to the point of your dog happily having the muzzle on, or they put their face into the muzzle, and you can do the muzzle up and reward and then take it off. When you're at that point, that's when we start going into this next game. Okay, now my apologies, my battery pack has gone. I need charging, so my extra light has gone, but I'm hoping you can still see okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get Merlin ready with his muzzle and put, oh sorry baby, I've done a few bits with him already. Hold on. I know you're such a good boy. I'm just going to pop this on. Yes. And all we're going to do, Merlin, what's this? Good boy. Yes. I have gone up to a better treat. Hopefully you can see. Here you go. Good boy. And all we're going to do, you got it? Oh, morning. It's there, look. You're making this difficult. Oh, you're fine normally. There you go. We're going to do some touches. Merlin, ready? Puppy, touch. Yes. So we're taking the mind off of the muzzle itself. Good boy, Merlin. Touch. Ready, puppy. Touch. Touch. Yes. Good boy. Oh, you're sticking it out. You can stick your tongue out. Good boy. Merlin, are you ready? Puppy. Touch. Yes. Yes, good boy. And Merlin, touch. Yes, good boy. And when we've done a few of them, got it? Then we're going to pop the muzzle off. Good boy. That's so clever. And we're actually going to go back to just the basics of muzzle training, which is literally getting ourselves a nice treat. Yes, and making sure he's happy to put his nose back in, which he is. I have actually gone to cocktail sausages at the moment, rather than just normal dog treats. Punch face. Good boy. Got it? Yeah, there's a good one. There's a good one. So the nose touch is literally asking him to bop my hand. I would teach the nose touch separately to wearing the muzzle first, so your dog knows what it is you're asking them to do. And a nose touch is literally touch. Yes, that's all it is. But as you can see, it can be lots and lots of fun. So if you haven't done a nose touch before, this is a very good boy. You're such a good boy. All we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of treat. We're going to put it in our hand, close the hand up, offer it to our dog so that they can sniff our hand. And when they sniff, touch, they'll make contact, and we say something like touch or bop, and they get the treat basically. So the treat is in this hand this time. Merlin, touch. Good boy. There's a good boy. So what we're starting to do is saying, when you touch my hand with your nose, you're going to get a treat. Yep, and you get to take the treat out of my hand. So we keep it really small to start with. Touch. Good boy. Touch. Yes. And then when we're happy that they've got an idea of that, we can there's 2 more stages in theory that we can do. One is the same, but nothing in our hand. Touch. And we treat from the other hand. Merlin, touch. Good boy. So just moving it on a little bit so they get used to not having a treat in the hand that they're bopping. And then the next stage would be an open hand, and so they can see there's no treat there. So touch, yes. Good boy. And touch, yes. Touch, yes. Good boy. Merlin, touch. Yes, good boy. And doing like that. So they get the idea that when you ask for a touch, you want a bop. Okay. Now, I went for the soft muzzle for this one because my brain thought it was easier for Merlin to take the treats than this one, because although I have cut a little piece of the material out at the end here, his nose shape means that it is actually quite hard for him to get a treat quickly, and you see how excited he gets. So I went for this one. Admittedly, we don't use this one as much as this version, so that was on me. But as you saw, we got some nice nose touches, took it off, praised him, and then he was absolutely fine for me to put it back on him at the end, which is the main thing. So have a go at, first of all, teaching the nose touch on its own. separately to doing your bits of muzzle training. So only when you're at the stage of your dog happily putting their nose in, letting you do it up, taking a treat. Until you're there, you don't want to be trying this in this game. Once your dog is okay with that, then you can ask them to do some nose touches, get the treat in there, touch, treat in there, praise, praise, praise. At some point, take it off, go back to it, ask them to put it on again, do a couple more nose touches, take it off again. So the idea then is they do something really easy that still involves their face, still involves their nose. So the fact it's in a muzzle doesn't stop them from doing that. So, okay, the muzzle went on and now I get to play this game and I get a treat for it. Oh my God, that's amazing. As opposed to they've got the muzzle on, now they can't carry a stick, now they can't carry their ball. Actually, this is a game you can play because you're wearing a muzzle. How good's that? So we're just changing the way that we view and our dogs view having the muzzle on. Having the muzzle on means we get to play this game. So it's really easy. We want them to get the treat really, really easily and quickly, and not make it too difficult for them. So it's just a basic nose touch. We don't ask too much. We don't ask them to go further distances or do several in a row. Just touch, yes, get the treat in there nice and quickly, basically. Okay, so give that a try. If you find that you put it on and you ask for a couple of nose touches and then your dog does what Merlin does, which is go, oh, actually, I've just realised I'm wearing a muzzle. Just see if you can gently guide the chin back up, which is all I'm doing with Merlin, is bringing the chin up to just remind him we're doing something here. Get that touch. Yes, that's what we're after. Oh, yeah, I remember now. That's fine. I know what we're doing now. What didn't help Merlin was he kept sticking his tongue out, so he was pushing the treat back out of his mouth. So then you weren't getting the treat, and you didn't like that, did you? All about the treats, this dog. So you can obviously go back a step. You can then take the muzzle off, but do make sure you do a couple of extra, put the muzzle back in, you know, hang the treat, let your dog put their nose back in to take the treat, do a couple of them at the end to make sure your dog is happy with putting their face back into that muzzle. You want to keep it positive, keep session short. It doesn't matter how many you do in a day, as long as you're not doing it for ages. Don't spend half an hour on it. You're better off doing 30 seconds worth, stopping and then doing another 30 seconds in an hour's time, than saying, right, I'm going to do one big block, because that's just too much for your dog. Okay, so that is your nose touches or nose bops. Give that a go. See how you get on with that. Hey, Merlin, you're a good boy, aren't you? You are my best boy. And yeah, let me know if you have any issues with that. Like I say, these are the games. Muzzle training itself is a separate thing. There's lots of information out there. It might be you have your own trainer already, or like I say, we do actually have a muzzle training webinar as well.